Hi, this is Brett Reider. I'm here from Socalthrills.com with Jason Badger. We just finished watching World of Color Winter Dreams, and Jason's going to tell us a little bit more about it. So
I'm the fountain designer on the show, and I just want to show you a few things that we use to build the show. There's three main fountains that we have. We have the chasers, which are really quick action fountains that are really great for harps and flourishes, and you see it a lot during the show when there's big sweeping flourish. You know, you'll see these things go off, and they're really quick. They're very quick to respond. Followed by we have our whips. Our whips, there's 145 of them, and you know they're good for the the orchestral slow movements. You know, the big sweeping orchestrations. Everything out here has its own lighting fixture. So there's 1,200 fountains, there's 1,200 lights out there. They're all individually controllable. Then finally, the base, the workhorse of the show is the grid. There's over 600 of those, and they're this thing is bigger than a football field.
Yeah.
And they cover end to end. They're the whole way. You see me use it a lot. It's a good transition. Having them sweep in. It's fun stuff. You want to have a go?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So you have the chase. So pick a color.
So many options.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go with blue.
All right, blue. All right, so mash that guy down, that quick bump there. That's going to be the chasers. Oh, wow. Not really blue. Yellow. Yellow sounds good. All right, and then, so another thing I do is I chase them around. So you hit that, just let that go.
Oh, wow.
There they go, pulling around. Yeah, the whips there. Go ahead and pick a color there.
Let's try green.
Yep, so the whips, and you hit that. And slowly, there they come.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. So using these all together, like especially the whips, I don't know if you remember like in the Frozen section with Elsa when she's building her world up.
Yeah,
these things
slowly growing and growing.
Yeah, these things go like 80 feet high, and they're building ice castles, these huge things. And the grid is just like it's the base, so it's down there underneath as
as a
undulating under exactly. And our tallest ones, which I'm not going to do now because I think with the way the wind's blowing, it'll just come this way. They go 180 feet tall. They're taller than the Fun Wheel, which is 160. But this is all super fun stuff. Obviously, I don't program it on the iPad.
Sure.
It would take a long time to do that.
So
we thought about giving them all to the audience for the show, and they could we'll just sit back.
Interactive.
Exactly.
So what's your favorite effect to use?
There's so many. I love the whips, obviously. The whip, because they move all around.
Yeah.
It's like a moving light, except they shoot water out the front of them, right? And having those go their full 80 feet and just moving around, you can just create such a powerful scene just by these things alone.
Yeah.
So.
And since you worked on the first World of Color, now coming back to this, almost, I guess 4 years later now, almost, did you find it more challenging or easier to come back and work on the same stage, I guess?
It's more challenging because since I've been around since the original show, I've seen everything that I've done.
Yeah.
So I want to do something new.
It's a challenge yourself.
Exactly. It's a challenge to me. So not only that, but Winter Dreams is so different than World of Color.
A very different feel.
It's a very different show. I think it's great for holiday season. I think it's a perfect complement to the original show.
I agree.
It's totally different. And because of that, so there's different things I wanted to do to accomplish,
Were those things that you wanted to try originally and maybe didn't get into the first show?
No, I've just learned so much.
Okay.
We've done all these add-ons, Tron and 4th of July.
I love the Tron core. That was
Everyone
one of my
loved the
favorite
Tron.
things.
Yeah, Tron was a fun one. So learning all these things, I've applied them now. Like, I remember that thing I did for grad night 2 years ago. Like, let's use that. Yeah, I'll use that here. Oh yeah, that works great.
And I see you guys added a lot of lights on California Screamin'.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it looks very cool.
It was absolutely surprising the first time they come on. I was watching one person watch the show, and I saw him physically take a step back when it came on. It was like, whoa.
Correct me if I'm wrong, there's also new lights around the Fun Wheel as well in the center?
Yeah, Fun Wheel. We've peppered stuff in the audience as well. We're just like throwing you absolutely into the show. I mean, they're coming from everywhere. Yeah, they're all the way around Mickey's head there. If you notice, we're using those a lot during the show. The pepper in. It's a nice layer,
to me, the Winter Dreams version feels a lot more immersive than the original.
I absolutely agree. So. Boiling down, especially to the coaster. I mean, you turn that coaster on, it just changes the landscape.
It does, yeah, because a lot of people you know, they're focused so much on the foreground that they don't look to the background. Because obviously Mickey's Fun Wheel is a big part of it.
He's always looking down.
Yeah, and then they get surprised when they all of a sudden see a whole landscape of lights just light up in the background.
It's really awesome, yeah.
All right. Well, Jason, I thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us tonight.
Okay.
The show was fantastic. I'm sure the fans are going to love it. So
yeah, we can't wait for them to see it.
All right. Thank you again.